All right, everyone. Well, joining us now is Fran Ludwig from the Boston Catholic Climate Movement. And we chose St. Isidore the Farmer to show because obviously he loved the earth, he loved the land, and we're going to be talking about that today.
We are.
So Fran, welcome.
Thank you very much, Victoria. I'm really excited to be here.
Yes, and we have to say hi to your co-chair, Strad.
I know.
Who we were hoping could be here
Strad.
today, but he's not. But he is your co-chair, and I'm sure he's watching right now.
Yes.
So we're in the season of creation we mentioned earlier in the show, September 1st to October 4th. So you run the Boston Catholic Climate Movement. Tell those who've never heard of it what your organization is about.
Well, we started right after the Pope delivered his letter to the world, which is called Laudato Si, on care for our common home. And I had been working with my parish for many years, looking at sustainability as a science teacher. I still consider myself a science teacher, even though I'm retired. But, you know, just sort of integrating our spirituality with what I know about science and some of the challenges that we have in our environment. So we started in 2016, and we became a chapter of the Laudato Si movement, which is a very exciting movement. It is now global. We have over 1,000 Catholic institutions that belong to this group, and we're actually working with the Vatican to promote something called the Laudato Si Action Platform. Strad knows a lot about this. But we have been working with many parishes in the Archdiocese especially, and trying to help them put together what we call creation care teams, people who are really concerned, who try to raise the issue within their parish, you know, within their liturgies, within their holy hospitality, you know, looking at trying to reduce waste, you know, just being mindful of the way we live, basically. You know, how does the material that you use, anything that you buy at the grocery store, where does it come from? Who made it? What's it made out of? And then what are you going to do with it after you're finished using it? You know? So, yeah, just that whole big idea. And this is something that is a little bit new, but a little bit old in the Catholic Church. You know, when you think of St. Francis, I mean, he was the ultimate in environmentalists. And I always think my name is Francis, so, you know, that's kind of...
You were inspired.
I know, you know, it was meant to be. But,
yeah.
But anyhow, just, you know, trying to think about all the ways in which we impact the environment.
Totally.
And the ways in which we impact people around the world. All you have to do is look at the tags in your clothes. Where do they come from?
Where do they come from?
From all over the world. And who made them?
Yes,
I mean,
and what were their working conditions?
Exactly.
And you'll appreciate my dress is secondhand. I got this at a consignment shop. I know you had told me it's secondhand September. So
yes.
I wanted to wear something appropriate.
That's wonderful.
And I love shopping secondhand already.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to talk about, because it's a season of creation, I know specifically tomorrow there's a special mass, and Bishop Mark in the Archdiocese of Boston is going to be celebrating it. And before you tell us about that, I do want to mention, too, that if anyone watching wants to have a season of creation or a special mass, there is a way to do that. You can encourage your parish priest to have a mass like this. So if there's not one already at your parish in your diocese, you can make that happen.
Yes.
But tell us about the special mass tomorrow with Bishop Mark.
Well, we are so excited that Bishop Mark is coming to Lexington, to my parish,
Lexington
actually,
Mass,
Sacred Heart at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And we are going to celebrate a season of creation mass where we have tried to bring out that theme through music, through prayers, through environment. We have a wonderful parishioner who is providing native plants and flowers for the altar. And we actually have somebody at our hospitality who is repurposing flowers from Trader Joe's. I guess I can say that.
I love that.
In other words, taking flowers that they normally would throw out. There's still some good ones, so they take the good ones
awesome.
and make little bouquets for our hospitality. Isn't that great?
I think that's really Awesome. And
Yeah.
these are great examples of how we can do little things within our parish. Like, I had read an article about a parish that was trying to just do away with bottled water, plastic bottled water at their
Exactly.
events. And that's just one small thing where you might think, well, I'm not an environmental scientist, but you can look at the raw materials. What are we using when we're having events at our church? And what's one way that maybe we can kind of change that to make a little less waste? You know?
Yes. We do have a person who is right now preparing our zero waste station because we're using reusable coffee cups. They're going to get washed after. We do have compostable plates.
I love that.
So it's really good because when you think about it, how do they make these things? Well, you need the raw materials. That's one thing. But you also need a lot of energy to make them. And where does most of the energy, unfortunately, now come from? You got to burn stuff. Even little kids know when you burn stuff, you get smoke in the air. And that's what you see. But what you don't see is the carbon dioxide that is actually warming the planet. So it's a great big idea. And I guess we're just trying to encourage people to be more mindful and to be, to think about the impact on other people, even if you can't see those other people.
Totally.
I mean, that's very Catholic, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Taking care of the poor and especially people who are impacted more than we are.
I feel like in the U.S., definitely not as, we're impacted, but not as much as other parts of the world where people literally make their living off of the land, off of the sea. So there's so many areas that we could reflect on ourselves and say, how am I over consuming?
That's right.
You know? So, okay, if someone's watching this and they want to get involved with Boston Catholic Climate Movement, which you guys have an excellent newsletter with so many events, and I know one of them coming up is the Justice Convocation in March, which is going to have topic of Laudato Si. So the email, I know you guys don't have a website right now, but the email people can...
Looking for a webmaster,
yes,
by the way.
looking for a webmaster. So maybe email bostoncatholicClimate@gmail.com. So that's where people can email you, get on the newsletter, and then if they're interested in making a website for you,
yeah, that would be great.
bostoncatholicClimate@gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And I know there's one more thing. You have a webinar coming up at the end of the month, October 26th.
Yes, we're very excited. We have a webinar that's sort of an entry-level description of Laudato Si, of that wonderful letter that the Pope wrote. He actually wrote another letter more recently saying, hey, you guys, you haven't been paying attention. Get with it because the climate is not getting with it. Later is too late, basically.
Yeah, that was Laudato Deum.
Yes, Laudate Deum. And so anyhow, we're trying to promote that. And so we have a wonderful speaker from the Archdiocese of San Diego, Christina Slentz. She's the first person in the country who is a director of Care for Creation for her archdiocese.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she's a great speaker. So if you write to that email address, we will be sure to let you know.
@gmail.com.
Yes,
Awesome. Fran,
yes.
Thank you so much.
You're
It was so great to
welcome.
have you.